Hi, I'm Zee Avi, and you're watching staronline.tv at Studio V.
Hi there, I'm here at Studio V with Zee Avi, international singer-songwriter extraordinaire, Malaysia's very own international recording artist. She's based in New York and she's signed to Jack Johnson's Brushfire Records. I just want to tell you, from internet phenomena to like international musician in about, what, 2 years, right? I mean, that's quite a roller coaster ride. So can you tell me what the 2 years has been like?
Sneezing Panda is internet sensation. Charlie bit my finger is internet sensation. I hardly think of myself as that, but you know, I have the internet, like a lot to thank for the internet. It was, you know, like a kind of an outlet for me, although I didn't quite intend it to be like a marketing or promotion tool.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, getting signed, putting your album out,
yeah,
touring,
that's
I mean,
pretty,
getting signed by like an international label must have been quite amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty surreal, you know, every day feels like a dream. And, you know, I'm always about traveling, and, you know, for like 2 months during the Pete Yorn tour, like the van was my bed and the highway was my home.
Right. Can you tell me a bit about your highlights? You must have had many highlights during those 2 years on the road.
Oh yeah, well my highlights are usually, you know, they happen at festivals, and you know, also sometimes highlights are, you know, like important, you know, like vibe-wise or energy-wise in performances, because every performance is different and special. But the highlight of my tour was I played San Diego street scene.
Okay.
And then I was finishing up with my second song, and then suddenly I hear, "Yeah, Chuck D, yeah, Flavor Flav," and then I was just kind of like, "Oh my goodness, I can hear Public Enemy." I'm like, "All right, that was supposed to be my last song, but it's my second last song, but it's gonna be my last song because A, I cannot hear myself, B, I'm gonna see Public Enemy."
I want to touch on this whole controversy business, right? Because since you've been back in Malaysia, you've played like a headline gig. Right, great triumphant headline gig. You just performed at the AIM Awards, but you also managed to find yourself sort of embroiled in a bit of controversy with the local press, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've had your critics, so I was wondering how you respond to all this nonsense and that.
You know, it comes with, you know, what you do. I mean, I guess in my line of work, although I've never been a person who would, you know, who associate myself in like gossips or, you know, drama, and you know, it's just not in my nature to. You know, and I'm just like, well, you don't know me before that. Before that, I was never a part of any circle. I was never a part of any scene. You know, I'm just by myself, and I've always been a discreet person. And you know, it's kind of new to me that people try to tap into who you are and trying to tell you that you're not the person who you think you are, you know? And then so when these things happen, yes, it was a little bit disheartening. But you know, in the end of the day, my calling is, and my purpose of, you know, of being is basically to create art. And therefore, I will do that, you know, for as long as I can. And just in a nutshell, I don't care.
Well, you're really more concerned about your music, right? And your album, right, Zee? I mean, it actually really broke the the Hot Billboard 200, which is quite an amazing achievement.
Yeah, that
Congrats.
was pretty nuts.
And you know, I mean, you've had healthy sales. I was just wondering, right, when you made that record, were you happy with the finished product? Was that the record you set out to make?
Yes, well, you know, like there's you know, most of the songs that are on there are already on YouTube, and it's songs people are familiar with, that I'm familiar with and comfortable with. And then, but you know, that were kind of like my demo. It's kind of my black and white outline. And then you go into the studio and you meet all these other musicians, these great, you know, people in the industry to add colors to it. Right. You know, so that's how it was. But you know, ultimately it was a really, you know, really fun process, and it was really rewarding. I learned a lot from it.
Can you tell me a bit about your new record? And also, you know, I mean, as a songwriter, you know, you've had 2 years of amazing experiences now. I was wondering whether or not that was going to find its way into your lyrics. That you're a more worldly person now, right, Zee?
Yeah, well, you know, like most of my songs are based on my personal experience and how I view things, or things that I brew in my mind, you know. The big spider graph of a mind that I have. There's quite a mess in there. But my second record is going to be, you know, a little bit more in depth because, I can finally have time to think about things in retrospect. I would love to record it in autumn because of for me, like the vibe and everything of autumn, the changing leaves and the tone of it, so I really want to record it somewhere autumn this year, somewhere upstate New York or something, And the second record is going to have a bit of growth, which I'm really excited for. And for what's been happening lately, it actually gives me more creative drive, so thank you very much for that. Thank you. Like when the second record comes out, I would definitely love to do a debut show for the second record here or in Miri.
Okay.
And this place called Dewan Suara, hopefully, because it's the first place where I was ever on stage when I was 5.
Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mommy standing by. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking, boy. So hush, little baby, don't you